Wednesday the 28th of June, and we are drawing airplane workspaces today. I'm just going to pull up my images that I have and see who is joining us this morning. I added an image actually of my husband and my daughters and myself that I would like to paint. It's my wedding anniversary coming up on Saturday, so I thought I would create a card for my husband. Hopefully he's not listening or watching this, only because I'd like to keep it as a surprise. So let's have a look. I'm gonna have a look at some images. I know that there are some other images that have been added. This is the image that I'm gonna paint. Good morning, Sarah. Hi, C. I just added the photo and I love it. It's our girls are younger here, but I love all the stripes and the colors. This is in a little airplane, and then we have these are great photos as well. So I thought I'm gonna do 10 minutes of just warm-ups, and then I'm gonna work on my longer piece. Hi Fran, how are you? Hi, oh, I already said hi to C. How are you all? I know that there are some more people joining, so please let us know where you're from. Hi Meryl. Anniversary is on Saturday, but I thought I would get ahead because we are on Wednesday already. I love this one. This one was added by C. C has been great at adding photos. Thank you, C. We've got this one, a sunset as well. I know that Leslie wanted to add some. I'm not sure if Leslie got around to adding some. That one's from C as well. And then this one from C as well. C, you did great adding photos. So I'm going to go back down to these three. I'm going to start with this one, do just a quick line drawing, a continuous line drawing. I thought that would be a good start. Tomorrow is mechanic, and then on Friday is on stage. So there's some great prompts for you for the next couple of mornings. Hi Louise, hi Marianne, hi Kitty, how are you all? Okay, so let's get started with a quick warm-up. I have my sketchbook here, and let's open it up. We can do a 1 minute continuous line, and then maybe work on another image and do some color blocking, and then work on another image and just get warmed up. I'm gonna choose I'm grabbing a pencil crayon. I'm gonna do this one in pencil crayon. Hi Maria, how are you? I look like my table looks like it's got cables everywhere. Let me just move things around a little bit. All right. Okay, let's go. 1 minute. Your 1 minute starts now. I'm going to start with the top of her head so that I actually get it in the image, in the frame. I think that's probably important. I am looking at my paper. It's not a blind contour. You could do a blind contour of this if you wanted to. It looks a little posed, this picture. I'm not sure if she is actually a real pilot or not, but it doesn't really matter. I think it's a great photo. Get that lean. All right, that was our 1 minute is up. I'll just put the date if anybody looked through the sketchbook flip through, you know that a lot of times I forget to put the date, and then I'm backtracking and can't remember what the sketch was from, whether it was from a Patreon meet, or whether it was from Hi Janice, or whether it was from a morning. So now I'm going to try and really be more attentive to putting the date, etc. Really love this one as well. This one also C has found for us. Usually it's either from Unsplash or Pixabay. They're two images which two reference, copyright-free reference sites, which are great for working from different images, and then you don't have to worry about copyrights. Okay, I'm going to use a Stabilo Witty for this one. Maria says, your memory on the flip through was pretty good. Thank you, and thank you for your note. Maybe I will think about putting it on YouTube. And you're right, then everybody can see it. All right, let's go with, do you want to do a 3-minute on this one? I'm going to just put it on the same page. Let's do a 3-minute. Your 3-minute starts now. I'm going to get the airplane in first. Yeah, it's nice to go back through your sketchbooks. If you don't do a little flip through, try doing one of your own sketchbooks. Just, you know, set up your camera, press record, and then you'll have documentation on your images. It's also nice to see the change. I know that my work has become a lot looser compared to a couple of years ago. And I don't know if that's a bad thing. I think it means that I can get an image on the page quicker. I have more time if I want to spend more time on completing an image. Did anybody go over to Dylan yesterday? I couldn't because I had a meeting. But did anybody get over to Dylan's Draw with Dylan yesterday? Every Tuesday he has a Zoom and a whole bunch of people go and draw each other. I think it was, he said it was like a kitchen drawer or meet. I don't know if anyone got over there. Meryl, did you get over there, or Janice? I know sometimes you guys do. We'll have to all try and get over one week. I think it would be really nice for us all to go and support Dylan. Although he has some great supporters over on his page, for sure. Okay, my arms are definitely too short. This one should come down a little bit more. But because I've put the hands there already, I'll just bring the elbows down a little bit. Maria says, oh, the image of you and your family is so cool. Yeah, I was just saying at the beginning of when I just joined the live, I'm going to be doing that image for a little bit longer. I'm just going to have a couple of images which we work quickly on, and then I'm going to work on that one as it's my wedding anniversary on Saturday, and I don't think my husband is watching this, so I can do that image as like a little gifty, maybe put it in a frame so he can frame it. All right, that is our 3-minute and our 1 minute. So I'll put a 3 here so that I know that that is 3 minutes. Leslie says, good morning, Shara. Thanks for my painting. I love it. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad I got to clean it up, actually. Like, I can't imagine. I mean, on the blue one that I did on the second round of that art battle, for everybody who doesn't know, Leslie bought my first painting that I did on art battle. And I brought it home with me the last art battle and just cleaned up the edges and the bottom as well, because when you're doing a 20-minute painting, you don't get time to clean up everything. Like, it's, you know, when time is up, time is up. So I didn't get to like do the bottom, so I did that and cleaned it up for Leslie, because, you know, I wouldn't want her just with this half finished painting on her wall. And it was lovely meeting your husband, Leslie. Like, really lovely. Okay, we are going on to our next image, which is going to be a quick one. I think I'm going to go with, I really like this one that C added. Let's do a color blocking of this one. I'm going to use some Neo Pastels. And do you want to do a 5-minute one? Let's do a 5-minute one, and that'll take us to close to 20 past, and then I'll have 40 minutes for the other picture, which I'm going to do upside down because I feel like there's going to be a lot involved in that one. Okay, 5 minutes starts now. I'm missing a couple of, need to get I don't know where it's gone. I had like a peachy color. Let's take them all out. Oh, there it is. That's why I couldn't find it. So yesterday, I continued with yesterday's image that I was working on, and I did a little painting. I'll show you. I'm not very happy with it. Because I want to get a little bit more versed in acrylic paints again, which I haven't had a chance to for a long time. And I think I realized that I need to work big when I work with acrylics, and working on a small canvas just doesn't feel right. So, and it's probably because murals used to be the thing that I used acrylics for, so I was used to working big. And so when I was working on this little piece yesterday, I realized that it's just small canvases are not for me, so I may have to, I don't know what I'm going to do with all my small canvases. Either that, or I have to find a subject that I can just paint. Maybe bowls. Maybe I'll do some painted bowls on canvases. I don't know. I don't know even if I've done a painted... No, I have done a bowl in acrylics before. Somebody commissioned me a big painting of a bowl with acrylics. A friend of my parents, she wanted the same feel as the watercolor but on a canvas, which was not as easy as you would think to do, because you it's almost like that, transferring the sketch to a bigger piece. We all love our sketches, or I do. I love my sketches a lot more than I do, or I find it difficult to transfer a sketch into a larger size, or translate it so that it actually feels similar, because I really do like that sketched feel. And thank you, Maria, for sending over the article from the National Portrait Gallery. I'm going to go and see Tracy Emin's portraits on the doors. They look fantastic. I know I didn't see them because I was there on the page, and I guess I saw her face and didn't realize that that was the article. Oh, he's sitting in a plane. Didn't realize. Bowls and birds on the small canvases. Yes, I think that would probably be a great idea. Hi, bonjour, Alessandra. Louise says, I'm really struggling painting with acrylics. I was hoping you might do a class. You know, I may do a class. I am going to, I have to figure out a way of making what I want to make with acrylics. Like, it's been so long, and I know that the process is so different, and I think Janice could probably teach us a class. She's been working with acrylics, is it since the beginning of January? And it's funny because, you know, that's all I worked with in the beginning. I think I lay on too much paint and I don't need to. I'll show you the picture. I have to correct, I haven't finished it. And I don't think it'll translate on a small screen like this. But I have to finish, I have to change their skin color. I have to do a lot of it, but I was just trying to capture just the whole, like the scene. So this was probably an hour, and then I'll go in and do some more work on it. But this is too finicky for me. Like I want a big brush, and I want a big brush to like just put in the colors, and so yeah, it's definitely too small. Like this is, what is this? This is just 13 inches by 13 by 10 and a half. Like, it's a weird size. Yeah. So, not, I really wanted to see if I could translate the colors from yesterday's, and looking at yesterday's, I'll show you, my book broke yesterday. Yesterday's was so much fresher, but yeah, it's just, I want to keep that freshness that I got here and put it in and translate it into an acrylic painting, but that's not easy. Hi Martina, how are you? Hola Patricia. Oh, thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, I'm struggling with that one, but I'm just experimenting, so I think that's what I have to be okay with doing. Louise says, I love it. I am okay doing the first few layers, but struggle adding details. Yeah, and I want to get away from details. I don't want details, but it's something that it's, the whole principle is the same thing with looking at light and dark and your values. So yeah, maybe I'll do one. Maybe I'll work on it over the summer and release it in September. Okay, I'm going to work on this image of my family in the plane. I couldn't not do one of my husband in the plane. Maybe I'll do a 10-minute one, and then, no, I'm going to work on it for longer. So I've got it in lock mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around and work on an upside down image. Yes, Patricia says that's exactly what we have to do. Experiment. Yeah, we do. We have to have a few experiment classes for sure. Like, as in like group sessions where we just experiment. And find an image that you really love to work from and work on that. Oh, Patricia, tell me, hi Elvira, how are you? Great idea for summer, yes. What was I going to say? Patricia, tell me, what did you just join? It's like everybody's posting this picture of this bar that you were close to or at. Okay. Do I put it on a long one or do I crop it to here and put it so I could make it a little bit longer and put it on a square. No, I'll put it on this one. I'll just have to put this a little bit further down. Okay. Are we ready? I'm going to be working on this image. If you have a plain image, an image of a plain interior and you want to work on that, or if you want to work on something completely different, then do. I'm going to try and keep mine quite loose. I am going to work with watercolors and mixed media, so probably over the top I'm going to be working with, or shall I work with gouache? Ooh, I'm not sure. No, I'll work with watercolors today. So I'm going to keep everything really loose. I'm going to get my Mongoyos out as well, and because their colors are really saturated, and got to keep it loose and light to start with and then work a little bit more. All right. C says your woodies are getting shorter from the wonderful love they're getting. Yeah, I know, look. Do I have a really short one? No, this one is probably my shortest. Oh, and this one. They are getting shorter. And dirty as well. Oh, this one's short as well. Yeah. I like the woodies. You know what I didn't? Oh, it's because they didn't have woodies in Toronto. It's down where my daughter is in Guelph. That's where they have. Patricia says, I went for the first time to an urban sketch meeting that they do only 100-year-old storefronts in Madrid. I love that. I love that. That's so cool. And that would be really interesting to do that even in July. I should really go out and take some photos. I love that. The century-old homes or century, that would be a really good idea too. Oh my goodness, so many good ideas, like coming from you and coming back. It's a great way to celebrate your city, right? To take photos of, like Leslie, if you have photos of Ottawa, storefronts or buildings that of importance, that would be really fantastic. See in your, or in anybody's towns. Okay. Well, the Padlet is up there. So, you know, you can just add for your day and people can bring in, like I haven't added much detail. Okay, I'm going to start the timer, sorry. And I'm only setting timer for 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, just so that I don't run out of time. So I'm going to do 3 10 minutes. Yeah, so going back to that, I think if you do add pictures to the Padlet, if you're a Patreon and you want to add pictures, just think of maybe writing a little bit underneath. The images that I've added so far definitely don't have any, they don't have any writing about them because they're just images that I found off the internet. But I am going to add some which have a little bit more meaning. So, yeah. And I think that would be really great. You know, I pitched to our local city because they had a grant that they were giving out, or not really a grant, it was like a project that they were going to give out to local artists to bring in I think I told you, Leslie, about it. Oh no, and Michelle as well from Ottawa, to bring in the public to celebrate the city that you live in. So I thought that would be a great idea to start an urban sketch group that visited like heritage homes in and around the city that I live in. And I don't even know if my idea got looked at by the city, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But I thought it was a really good idea. So what I may do is just in July is do that on my own and look at heritage buildings and use that as my plan for the colourful month of July, because we're doing colours in July. I mean, it may be a little bit out there, but with the colours, but I don't really, if I'm just doing it for myself, it doesn't really matter. It's more of a project for me, for myself. Anyway, so that's something that maybe you can think of in your own city, is either gathering a group of people to draw buildings around your city, like Patricia's doing. So you just look at century homes, that's pretty cool. Or century buildings, century storefronts. I guess it doesn't really even have to be in your town. It could be in local towns that you visit. It could be, right? Okay, so I'm just blocking in color, and I am hoping that my blocking in is in the right spot. Just keeping it really nice and loose. Yeah, that's Jordan wearing stripes. She's just so little. Yes, exactly. Sue says, if you do it, it will bring interest for certain. Yeah. And Leslie says, that sounds fantastic. Alexandra says, it's a great idea. You know, Urban Sketch has all kinds of details on how to go about opening a new chapter in your town. Interesting. And Leslie said, I sent you some pictures via email. Yeah, sorry, Leslie. I was crazy busy adding, it takes a long time, adding the classes that I've done this year. I've been adding them to my website. So if anybody wants to do any virtual art retreats, but Patreons wait because I have a code for you. Yeah, if anybody wants to do any virtual art retreats or of the workshops, I'm adding those as well. They may not all be up today, so you can either wait or you can purchase them. But Patreons wait because I do have a code for you guys as a thank you. And also if you've done a class before, you will get that code as well. So as a thank you. I'm also going to be having a summer sale throughout July, and just selling paintings weekly. I'm going to be adding paintings. I think it'll probably be every Sunday that I add new paintings. My daughter is going to help me go through my cupboards and organize, because I just, oh my god, you're probably the same, all of you, that you have so much work that you could definitely start going through a few of them. Okay. My face needs to be pinker because my skin is definitely pinker. So much easier drawing people upside down. I don't know if you feel the same. Definitely not a concern whether I'm getting it right or not. I know upside down, if I turn it around, it may completely shock me in what is going on back here. But okay, I'm gonna get Ashley's sweater in because it's nice and blue back here. Looking at the shapes, very important. This shape. I don't want to pay too much attention to detail, but I do want to leave all the white areas in the image. And because these are all stripes, you really do have to look at things like shadows. So for example, on my husband's shirt, I know that right here, there's a little bit more in shadow. And also here, where the armpit is, there's shadows. So I'm going to do that in a kind of like a warm grey colour. That shouldn't have bled into there. And then I can get the colours in the background as well. I can do the negative space, which is also important, especially when you have a white area. So I know that I can't go over his whole shirt, but I can do the negative space so that it frames the shirt. Oh, I was just thinking, how are we doing for time? That's your first 10 minutes. Your next 10 minutes, if you are drawing with us and wanting a timer, starts now. Oh, Maria, I keep meaning to ask you, how are your cars coming along? Did you finish painting them all? Okay, so the ceiling of the airplane. I need to look at that. needs to be darker and a little bit darker back here. And definitely, I think I can fill in back here as well. Ooh, I didn't get Ashley's hand in. Wonder if I can take away that area. Let's have a look. Eliminate, eliminate. Lift and take away, and then I can add her hand later. Need a nice warm skin tone right here. And then on her arm as well. Maybe a little bit bright. Let's have a look at Ashley's neck. Definitely needs a little bit more warmth on this side of her face. And when you're working from a small photo also, like the squinting of your eyes really does help, because you just need to see shapes. Glasses, cheeks. Maria says, very slowly, I painted one in watercolor, another in gouache, and will paint one in acrylic to see which style I like. That's a great idea. Yeah. Figuring out what medium works for you, I think, is key. Unless you want to really, well, when you're doing a project, you kind of need to know, especially if you want to keep it consistent. I'm going to darken my husband's skin over here. There's some great shadows in this image. I'm not sure if I left this space to be big enough. I guess I can always pull it back a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do some stripes just to get, actually no, I need to do a little bit more shadows. So right here I need to have a look. I need a neck. Just looking at what we're wearing, I need to really look at the light and dark areas on the clothing and where the shadows are. Maybe Jordan can be pretty much all in shadow back here. Okay, I'm gonna go in with, I have this opera pink, really want a red. I may have to pull out my corset actually. Yeah, I'm gonna get the red from my corset. Definitely a lot brighter. If you're just joining, the prompt is airplanes, and we're drawing workspaces in the month of June, or we have been. I enjoyed it, but I'm not sure if it's one that I want to repeat next year. I struggled a little bit with just the whole concept of a workspace. Not that I didn't know what the workspace was, but it didn't really excite me to draw some of those workspaces. And maybe I don't know, this month was a funny month, wasn't it? So maybe that didn't help. Okay, your last 10 minutes. Actually, you have 15 minutes, but I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. Yeah, so it could have been just the month being the month it was. Maybe that's what it was. I mean, there were certain ones that I really liked. I loved drawing with Jen, for example, with her brother, the image of her brother in the boat. I really love the bakery shop. I'm enjoying this one. I mean, I enjoyed them when I got to them, but I don't know. I think I need to find purpose of doing the sketches. And maybe that's what next year will be more of a purposeful morning practice, if you know what I mean. Whether you're working on a project, okay, did I go too high on this? No, I don't think so. Because I know it's easy for you guys. You come, and I love that you join me. Some of you do join me in my mornings, but some of you're just working on your own pieces, which is fantastic. So I think I need to figure out what I want to be working on and be productive for what I need to get done. So there'll still be projects, and if you want to join me in those projects, that you can. Like, I love things like the first month was awesome. I loved it. It was all like gardens and greens and celebrating that. And then I think it would be nice to do heritage buildings, from which we're going to do in July. Then also I really enjoyed doing Artists in April. I know that Nocturnal Month is going to be amazing. March Make a Difference. I mean, they're really all, I think it was just this month which was just wacko jacko, and everything was a little bit wah. Janice says, I'm going to miss all of you for the next while, as I'm going to be in Ohio and then bringing my mum back here for a bit. So July will not be a very creative month for me. But Janice, you could take photos along the way and just put them in the Padlet if you want, of heritage, of buildings that you pass by that you really like. That if you want to do that, you can. If not, don't worry about it. Okay, let's see. I need a dark blue. And don't worry, I will still be showing up every morning for sure. Like, it's not like I won't be showing up. And maybe we do like an image for the first, like we do a communal image for the first 10-15 minutes, and then I work on what I need to be working on. And then you guys can work on what you guys need to work on, or if you have catch up that you need to do. So we'll get our warm-ups together. This is for next year. Things could change. Like, we are only in June, like going into July, so I know that there are many months ahead of us that could probably change my mind. Like, all those 100-day projects, maybe they could turn into, like, that I wanted to do, maybe they could turn into 30-day projects instead. Somebody was saying that the other day. Why don't you do a 30-day, was it UC? It could have been C. A 30-day project instead of a 100-day project is much more doable. Like, I really wanted to do for a long time greenhouses, and maybe 30 days would be enough just to get it out my system. Oh, my stomach is grumbling. So you said, Janice, if they still have one of those old barns with the sign that says chew mail, pouch tobacco, I would love a photo if you are able. And Janice says, don't pass by many buildings on the interstates, maybe some gas stations. Oh, that's true. That is true. Okay, let's have a look at the glasses. I'm just going to block in shapes that I see in the reflection. I think my whole face is a little bit, oh, maybe not. I was going to say it's a little bit off. Nose, Just looking at those nostrils, and then tiny little bit here, the microphone. Because in these small planes you cannot hear a thing, so that's why you have to wear headphones. Should have let, like, this is where my spacing was a little bit off. So I may have to try and take that away. Like, did we do a month of camera roll this year? I don't think we did we? I guess that's almost like Family February. Family February, I love. Okay, I'm gonna get some warmth in here. Okay, I may turn it around in a minute, just so that I can see where I'm at. Oh, let me put some stripes on my youngest shirt. And get a little bit more color on the side here. That was 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, it goes so fast towards the end. Always so fast. Okay, I'm going to turn it over because I need to double check that things are going right. We did not do camera roll. We did not do camera roll, did we? In September, we're doing Around the World again. I have the calendar. I have the calendar here. So July is all the colors, and August is all things summer, which is fun. And that you could treat that one as your camera roll, and just bring in things from your camera roll. All around Around the World is September. We have all the countries, so we still have to think of a subject that we want to do for that. Then we have Nocturnal, and then November is all the prompts, so you can basically do what you want. And then we have Birds in December again, and I chose to do endangered or extinct birds in December this year. So it doesn't seem like that far away either. It's going to come very quickly. Excuse me. All right. Let's do some corrections here. So I'm going to get a smaller brush, and just clean up a few things, like the glasses here, and pull a little bit here, change the way his mouth is, because I know his mouth is not like that. Put some shadow underneath of the nose and get a nostril in. Change the shape of his chin here. Glasses should have come down slightly. I can just put that rim a little bit over here. You can't lift it completely, but you can lift watercolor, so you know there is a little bit of a area of correction a little bit. I need to change this slightly. I think I made this whole area a little bit shorter. I wonder if I can change that slightly. Made his neck too narrow. And pull it over slightly. And I'm going to pull up her sweater as well. Pull it out a little bit this way. Patricia says, I just came back. I forgot had left something on the stove. You are good, Coochie. You're funny. It's good you didn't forget the thing on the stove, though. Well, this is because doing it upside down really does help. I believe it really is such a great tool. this space wasn't the greatest, but it still has a lot of my husband in it, so I'm not completely unsatisfied with it. This is not the best brush. So I think I'm going to check out all the heritage places in my town or in neighboring towns as well. And yeah, add those to the Padlet so that I have those ready for, I guess, this weekend. We could maybe do an array of different cities that we're all from. I think it would be a nice start to the month. It'll probably be, the meets will probably be on Sunday because it is Canada Day this Saturday. So I won't be hosting any Patreon meets on Saturday. They will all be, or the two will be on Sunday. So just for planning sake, if you guys are planning on coming to Patreon meets, they will be on Sunday. We'll have a 10 a.m. and a 1 p.m. I know that Beth Spencer Art, Beth, our lovely friend, she has an introvert drawing club meet tomorrow. Hang on, no, not tomorrow, Friday. So she's doing that on Friday. So if you want to join that, if you want to try it out, I think Beth has a trial that if you just go to her page, you can check that out. I just saw the time. Oh my gosh. I'm just drawing, and that's the thing with YouTube. You can just keep drawing. But I'm just going to do a little bit more, and then I should probably sign out. I got to take my Piper for a walk. Just want to get a little bit of color on here. And also the glasses can do with a little bit of color on. Well, I will probably be revisiting this today and tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow's prompt is mechanic. If you know a mechanic, if you have any images from any mechanic friends. Let's make her face a little narrower. But yeah, maybe I'll put this in a little frame. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.